Hollywood Actor Podcast with Manni L. Perez, Part 3.
Yeah. Well, I think all that speaks to is like the Hollywood actor being a more global person, a more global professional, and they're looking for those unique voices. They're looking for the right people with those different energies. And we had an actor on the podcast, Valente Rodriguez, who was talking about the homogenization of storytellers that come to LA. And LA is always looking for these new, fresh takes, these fresh voices, these new perspectives. But then people kind of get indoctrinated a little bit. They feel that business pressure that we were talking to earlier, and they start tweaking their personality. And then everybody starts having that similar veneer to them. And so I think it's really interesting how tapes have kind of evolved to us, different types of people around the world reaching out to Hollywood and saying, well, what do you feel about this type of energy? What do you feel about this personality? The only time is that they get burned, I think, is now in Georgia. A lot of LA actors I was hearing, they weren't able to make auditions or callbacks or even bookings. And so they're really trying to make an effort on the ground to develop their talent pool literally on the ground because they've been burned so many times with actors not being able to come in for work.
Is this for Atlanta? You're saying like LA actors trying
I think specifically for Georgia, yeah, maybe even New Orleans, but it's definitely not the same for New York and LA. Those actors are extremely professional. We're able to bounce a little bit more between those two markets specifically, but maybe some of the more rural markets, they're trying to develop those talent pools just because they're a little bit more remote, harder to get to, at more expensive tickets. So it makes maybe traveling for auditions, callbacks, bookings that much more difficult.
Yeah. And a lot of it is on the actor. Let's say I'm auditioning for something in LA and they want to have me for the callback, and then I have to provide my own transportation to the callback. So then I have to think to myself, like, is this, and then if I book it, I have to, pick up all my stuff and move, which isn't an issue. But like you said, some people may not have the finances to go in for that callback in another state and then to move there. Because I know for me, the film I'm doing now, it's filming in Jersey City. I live almost 3 hours upstate in the woods. So I'm like, okay, I have to commute down to the auditions. That's great. Commute to the callbacks, 100% great. And now I'm like, okay, I booked it. Now I have to live in Jersey City while I film throughout this whole month. So, but I have the financial means to do that because I also work outside of doing acting. I also have other jobs that help to, that I can invest within my acting career,
That's a great segue. What are those other jobs? What does your life look like?
Oh my God, you really do not want to know what those other jobs are. I wish I could say it's something amazing, but it's really not, because the town that I'm in, it's really, oh man, it's all rural. So it's pretty much...
Are you still in Port Jervis?
I don't live in Port Jervis. I live in Deer Park. But I still have to pass through Port Jervis. So when I'm not acting, just recently I'm becoming a full-time actor, so I haven't been at my other jobs. But the jobs that I was working to invest in my acting was retail, and I would clean houses.
Okay.
I know it's not interesting. I heard you're like, what? Yeah, it's not. But it brings the money in, so when I do book, I can afford the whole lifestyle. And I've been very lucky that now I am booking multiple films a month to where I don't have to work these other jobs anymore.
Now we got to be a little bit more open to especially like early career actors that for a while you're going to still need those day jobs, right? Like when I moved to LA, I was catering, for like 2.5 years.
Man, that's a tough job.
It is not glorious. It is not glorious. And you have to take like public transportation, like 2.5 hours to get to some remote part of LA County. And, public transportation is just not great. I have to take public transportation, but, just the catering stuff. And you're like begging for work. You wake up on a Monday morning and there's not a job. And so you call up your agency and you're like, can I please wash dishes for $14 an hour in Pasadena? Please, please, please. And then they say no. And then you're like, fuck, I feel terrible today because I can't even wash dishes to earn rent,
Let me tell you, and that's the hustle. I mean, look at you now. Look at what you're doing now. You have this beautiful, like, awesome podcast. I'm sorry. Podcast, and, you're out here interviewing, and I heard your other segments, and I agree to this because it's so professionally done, and it's, like, I am in awe of you, and like you said, you had to work the other jobs, too, to get to where you are. That's that hustle.
Yeah, it never stops. We got to keep pushing all the time. It's very, very important. And actually, it was really funny you're talking about Port Jervis because when my parents, we came back from Europe, we were living in Middletown and Pine Bush.
Are you serious? That's like
Yeah.
24 minutes away from where I live. Yo.
Yeah, I used to take the Port Jervis train down to New York City to commute down. Yep.
I feel that. When I first started out too, I had to do that. And then I got a car. Now I can commute. But yeah, that's dedication right there. Because that's a long ride into the city. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, but it was like $400 commuting on the pretty much like on the bus or the train for like a month. So that was a lot cheaper than trying to find some place in like deep in the heart of Queens or something. That would still take you like an hour and a half to get to get to like Midtown where I needed to be. So
absolutely. I used to live in Bensonhurst. One time it took me 4 hours to get into Manhattan for a play reading.
That's the hustle, man.
It is the hustle.
That is fantastic, though, that you're able to now you're kind of on that treadmill. You're kind of going from project to project. I mean, I saw that you had 3 projects that are in pre-production right now, and that probably one of them is that project in Jersey City.
Yeah, the Unborn is the one I'm doing in Jersey City. Then I shoot out to Brooklyn this week to film Clifford the Big Red Dog through Paramount, and then after this, boom, I go straight into A Cup Full of Crazy, which I'm a lead in that feature as well.
That's awesome. So a little bit of a segue into, I know you are bouncing around geographically, but I saw on your bio that maybe you're working with dogs. You're trying to plug in a little bit with the MMA to these local communities. Maybe they're in Bensonhurst, or there's some way that you are trying to plug into that local community or the community of actors. So what do you do on a weekly basis to do that, to make that, to give back to your communities, or to feel healthy, or to feel grounded, or feel up to date with the landscape of acting for yourself?
In terms of acting, to feel like I'm up to date, I have a coach, acting coach, and I go in. I mean, it's a little hefty bill, but it's worth it. And sometimes I'll take classes, or every audition where I feel like that I need a little extra help in, or is a huge project, I will put in that money. And it's not cheap. It's like $200 for the acting coach. But then when I book it, the gain is so much more because my name gets out there. I'm getting paid for it because it's union and all these and credits and everything. But for my own town personally, I spend a lot of time. I'm a boring person. I'm either at the gym, I'm either on set working, or I'm at the Humane Society helping to rehabilitate stray and abused cats. And during the spring season, it's baby season, and we're just full throttle with all these animals that, it's not their fault they're in the shelter, yeah. So I volunteer there a lot.
That's a big life, though. Those are 3... and keeping your career on track as well while you're trying to, keep yourself healthy and give back it's more than a full-time job.
Oh, yeah, self-care within this industry, and you will probably know, too, like, it's a hard industry to break into, and I feel like, I know me in the beginning, there was a lot of times where I wasn't taking care of myself, and my life just felt like it was unhinged, when if I would have just taken like maybe a minute to breathe, think, okay, we're going to do this, we're good. A lot of stuff in my past would have been a lot easier to get through. But now as I am a lot older than I was, well, obviously everybody gets old, but I have more of an appreciation for self-care and giving myself that time to cool down,
Yeah. Because like we were saying, we got to keep pushing forward, but sometimes we're pushing ourselves so that we're stumbling, or we're getting pulled along by all these forces, and it's hurting us and hurting the people around us.
Absolutely.
It can be hard to strike that balance for ourselves, but it sounds like you're doing what you can do to stay healthy and to progress in your profession. I just wanted to ask you because this is the Hollywood Actor Podcast, and a big mission of it is to reach out to the community of actors that may be in Hollywood or may be listening from more remote areas or internationally, and they're trying to figure out how they can be professional, successful actors. And is there anything that you've even been thinking of recently, or a philosophy, or just encouragement that you could give to these actors?
Encouragement in terms of how to break into the business, or just like like keep hustling type of encouragement?
How to be healthy and how to be successful and just like how to have that mindset. I think the mindset is the thing that's most important because I know so many talented people. I know so many funny people. I know so many hardworking people. But it's not just those elements that makes for a Hollywood actor. There's something about the psychology and the way that we do integrate ourselves with our lives and with the business. That's that perfect little sweetness that creates that very healthy success.
Well, I did. This may come off as a little strange, and there is a curse word in it. Is it okay if I say the A word?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just want to make
Go
sure.
for it.
So when I was in Stonestreet, Ted Slabirski, he gave me the best piece of advice, and he said, if you can do 2 of these 3 things, then you'll be a successful actor in the business. 1 is be on time. The next one is be prepared, and the last is don't be an asshole, because nobody wants to work with an asshole. And those 3 things have like, I think about it every day, and I always make sure that I'm always nice to everyone on set because, hey, this is a small world. Sometimes I see PAs on one set that I'm working on this TV show, and then they're the AD in another TV show, and just be nice to everybody. Be on time and prepared. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to drive into the city to show up an hour before my auditions. Nothing stops me. In addition to being prepared, making sure that I spent the couple of days or the night before that because sometimes the script comes either an hour before the audition or maybe the night before, and I make sure that I am prepared for anything they're going to throw at me. So those 3 things for me are very important, which I learned, through school.
Yeah, very, very, very important. I think going back to what we were talking about with being that energy that you are, being that personality that are, if that does tend towards the assholery of it all, you might want to curb that for yourself. Because, you can be a bit much sometimes if you're a little bit too... No.
Oh.
I'm saying...
Okay.
Not you.
I was like, you think I'm an asshole? What? Why are you interviewing me? Yeah, okay, sorry.
I'm saying you as in the global you. Can be a little much, and so that's why we do find that through our schooling and then through our training and through our experiences, we have that advice given to us, these rules that are set down. And again, earlier we were saying maybe there's these basic rules we can follow, but maybe not the minutia of it, because the minutia of the business that transforms us from actors into working actors, into show business people, a little bit of that can hold us back, can hurt our personalities, our personableness. But again, if we are those assholes, maybe that is something that we can tweak. But we do have to listen to some of that advice. We do have to go to classes and be out in the working world and not be afraid to listen when we're hearing things like that.
Well, also going back to that was one thing that I had learned that for me, I still follow those 3 rules, but also like we were talking about self-care and like looking in the mirror and telling yourself like, I am enough. I love myself. Because let me tell you this, you know exactly this business there's times where my like self-confidence and everything was smushed in the ground. Maybe I thought the casting director didn't like me or they didn't look at me. They didn't say hi to me. Just little teeny things like that back in the day would kill me. And it would make me feel like what's the point? But keeping on that hustle, I feel like a lot of people have to realize like you need to take care of yourself and love yourself. And then that energy you put towards yourself and the kindness you show others, it all comes back. Like I'm huge on energy and like karma in the universe and, just gotta keep on trucking.
Thanks for listening to the Hollywood Actor Podcast. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to rate and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening.